the guy who was in jail for pot and not paying for his kid and whatever. Is that?
Yeah, it's not that I didn't pay for him, but it's interference with the parental custody order.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this something that you wanted to ask me that related to anything I was talking about tonight, or you just want to talk to me something about your case?
Yeah, everything you're saying is pretty much where I'm at in my case. Everything is kind of corresponding. And you were talking earlier about making sure that you fulfill your I guess be honorable and show up to court appearances and all those obligations.
Yeah, but the big thing with you is you got the woman involved. You got the mom that wants nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's not the same. I don't have any idea how you let it get so out of control that the woman doesn't want a damn thing to do with you. It's like me. Like I said to social services years ago when this first all happened. I said to them, look, you got to give that baby boy back to the mom immediately. Oh, no, we're not going to give it back to the baby unless you guys sign this paperwork. I said, look, I don't want to sign a damn thing. I don't want no benefits for you people. I don't want any government intervention whatsoever. Look, if it would help to get the mother back to her child, if you want me to plead guilty, I'll plead guilty to any crime you want me to plead guilty to, as long as it has nothing to do with child abuse or rape or, if you want to just say that I'm a violent man and that I beat the mother up, I'll sign a piece of paper. That way I'll help write up the court order and shut that fucking noise off, please. All right? Like I said, very simply to them, I will do whatever it takes to get that child back to the mother. I will never step in the state of Alabama. I'll pay child support to that kid for the rest of his fucking life. I'll plead guilty to any crime you want me to plead to. That is her baby. That baby needs to be with the mom, not with the dad. I'm a big boy. I can have thousands and thousands of babies. My uncle was fucked ugly, and he had 40 children. Okay, fucked ugly. That guy Karl Lentz you see on the YouTube videos, he's one of my cousins. Yes, he's half Mexican, half German. Yes, he's a pastor of a church there in Brooklyn. Yay. I could have hundreds of kids if that's what I wish, but that woman can only have a few babies in her lifetime. Give her back a baby boy, and I'll do whatever the fuck the state of Alabama wants me to do. You just let me know that you will get that baby boy back to that woman, and I will sign and agree to any damn thing you want me to do. Any damn thing. Just get that woman back to her baby. And they said, no, we're not going to do that. I said, why not? They said, no. I said, look, I'll pay any damn child support you want. Just make up any bullshit charge, and I'll fucking plead guilty to it. And you'll never see from me again. But that woman's got to get that baby back to her. I said, that's not the way we're going to do it. That child's going into foster care. I said, there's no reason for that. Let her have a child. They said, nope, it ain't going to happen. I said, then it's all about the money. You have no desire to get this woman back to her child. You have no desire to work with this woman and this child, do you? It's all about the money. I know what it is. That baby boy's worth $1 million a year because he's going to be deaf, dumb, blind, and crippled. I know how this works. The more handicaps he has, the more money you're going to make. I know what's going on. I'm not a stupid man. You're going to keep that kid no matter what we do, ain't you? So this is what I tried to say. You are not similar to me. You are fighting this woman for the boy or this girl. I am not fighting for this child to be back in my life. They belong with women. If it's not working out between the man and woman, like I told my dad, like he told me, the man gets up and he fucking leaves. He leaves everything behind. He leaves the house. He leaves the furniture. He leaves everything behind. My dad told me that when I was a little kid. He says, look, a man can make it on his own. A man can stand up and walk away. A man can make it again over and over and over throughout his lifetime. He can be knocked down, but he can get back up because he's a man. A woman, they need a nest. They have nesting instincts. They need stability. They need a place to call home. A man, he can travel around the world, and he can make it on his own. A woman can't. They need stability. When you divorce from a woman, just get up. Don't fight them. Just get up and go. Just leave everything behind and go. And that's what my dad did. He got back on the ocean. He got back and traveled all around the world. When guys like you call me up and say, I want my baby back, I want my baby back, I want my baby back, I want my baby, what are you kidding me? It's us. You've got to work with us. It's like a motorcycle. It's like me having a motorcycle. Can you imagine a woman saying, I want to share custody with your motorcycle. What? What are you going to do with a motorcycle, lady? It's 700 pounds. What are you going to do with it? You couldn't pick it up if it fell down. What are you going to do with my motorcycle? Oh, no, it's our motorcycle. We got it in our marital relationship. While you were with me, we both have the custody of that motorcycle. Are you fucking kidding me? You just breaking my balls? You're just being funny. It's the same thing with a kid. It's like, what? That's the woman's. What? She labored over it. She spent 9 months doing it. What did I do? I spent 3 minutes dropping it in there. Yeah, and what? Who carried it for 9 months? Who labored over it? Who almost died carrying it? Not me. You carried that thing on your back for 9 fucking months, or in your stomach for 9 months. You were on the edge of death for 9 months. You better believe you earned it, honey. It's all yours. You want it, you keep it. You don't want it, let me know and I'll pick it up and I'll carry it. But until then, it's all hers. That's the way I was taught to be a man. That's what I was taught. I was not taught this new liberal attitude or this new progressive attitude that men have rights to children. What are you talking about? I got no freaking idea. You watch the Alamo with the newest one with Billy Bob Thornton, and you watch Colonel. I'm trying to remember the Colonel, the Lieutenant Colonel who Travis, when he signs his child away to the wife, and he says he's going off to the Alamo. He's going to go off to the big adventure, but he's going to leave everything behind. He's signing his house, his property, his name, everything that is his to the woman and to the child. He's surrendering everything. I couldn't believe they put that into the movie because I think that is such a huge concept of what I'm doing and what men used to do. A man would sign everything away. If he wanted out of the relationship, he'd sign every damn thing away to the woman. He'd sign everything away. The man had no expectation of this child ever being in his sole custody. Everybody knew children need moms. They don't need dads. So I would say, guys, they don't need us. They need a mom. Yes, do they need a dad to act honorably and act like a man? Absolutely. But honestly, if we go off to war and we die, you know what? The civilization will go on. The women go to war and they die. But guess what, guys? Civilization stops when all those women die. Not when we die. They'll find a man somewhere and they'll repopulate. But the women will go. That's it. So, like I said, I know you're trying to say, well, Carl, it was a similar situation. No, because you can't go to court like I can and say, give that back to I, which is mine, not yours. You are battling a wife or an ex-woman or an ex-girlfriend, or like you said, you didn't even know the woman got pregnant until the baby was 2, 3, 4 years old, and she gave you a phone call one day and said, hey, remember we slept with each other one night? Yeah, a baby popped out. Oh, wow, really? Yeah, really, it's yours. Oh, wow, really? So I got a child? Oh, wow, that's great. It's not the same. I don't mean to get mad at you like that. But when you
Carl,
say
that's not what happened. Carl, that's not you must have me confused with somebody, Carl. That's not the same. I didn't have that situation happen to me like that.
What situation did you have?
Well, what you're describing is in my life.
Okay, so, what happened then? Okay, when did you marry this woman?
I had a baby with this woman. I was never married. I had originally the courts gave me full custody and primary placement. Right. Because she wasn't, she wasn't acting competent. She wasn't acting responsible. Right.
So you allowed the state to give you custody, and you accepted it. And you gladly accepted it. And you gladly accepted being a custodian of a school. You gladly accepted that position and title. You gladly took the custody. And they could fire a custodian anytime they want. If you're a custodian of my house, I'm going to fire your ass anytime I want. I'm going to strip you of that title. And I'm going to say, leave your keys at the fucking door and leave everything behind, including that fucking kid. Why in the world did you take custody of something that was supposedly yours? Why? I don't need fucking custody. I don't need no blessings from the fucking court. Who the fuck are you people to get involved in my private matters? That's mine. Back the fuck off. When she wants to fucking work something out with me, she'll let me know.
Yeah, at that time I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't man enough back then. I didn't know. I'm not in the same position with you because I knew back then. Do not think that you're going to give me custody of my kid. How dare you? That's obscene. To even think that the government's going to come into my life and say, who gets what? Who the fuck are you to tell me what I get? Oh, well, I'm a mighty judge. I'm a mighty 22-year-old social worker. You're what? You're a 22-year-old cupcake little honeypot, and you're gonna decide for me what I'm going to do with my woman and my little bundle of joy property baby on the other side of that window? You're going to talk to me? Who are you again? What do you think you are? You're my servant, honey cakes. I'm the man here. That's my property. She's my property. What the hell are you going on about, sweet cheeks? Oh, you're one of these old type of guys. Honey, this is the way it's been for tens of thousands of years. And this is the way it's going to be tens of thousands of years when you clowns disappear, because you clowns ain't going to make it very long. So when you clowns disappear, yeah, the old style's going to come back. It ain't going nowhere. You got 1 billion people on planet Earth called Muslims. They ain't going to change, honey cakes. They're going to stay the old-fashioned way. There's no way in the world. What are you going to do, kill 1 billion Muslims? Do you think the world's going to change because you little honey cakes want it to change? The Muslims ain't going nowhere. So how are you going to change the old ways, honey? It ain't going to happen. What are you going to do, kill them all? Convince them? Oh, right. That the old way doesn't work? Really? And that's the way I am. The old ways work. Nobody's going to tell me that I got custody of my kid. Oh, really? Custody? How dare you? Well, you don't have legal custody. Lady, I don't have custody. I don't have legal custody. I don't have lawful custody. I don't have any effing thing in your books, in your world. How dare you even talk about my property? You know what? Talk about it all you want. Enjoy it. Guess what? I'm going to charge you $2 million a month. Go ahead. $1 a second. Go ahead. 2 million seconds in a month. Go ahead. That's what I'm going to charge you, honey cakes. Every time you trespass on my property, for as long as your foot is on my throat, for as long as your foot is on my property, for as long as your foot is on the back of my child, I'm going to charge you $1 a second. And don't think I'm not going to get a judgment. Oh, well, let's see you do it, Mr. Lentz. Hey, it's never been done before, has it, honey cakes? Well, no. Well, guess what? I'm here. Now what are you going to do? Oh, shit. Call filed a claim against us. Yeah, my mom said she went to court last week. She said nobody's laughing. She said nobody's joking, nobody's picking. Nobody's being callous anymore. Nobody's being crass. Nobody's ridiculing her and saying, oh, your son is so funny. She said, oh, they were deadly serious. She said, nobody's picking anymore. Nobody's laughing. Nobody's joking anymore. She said, Carl, you got them all scared shitless with that claim. I said, that's because they all thought us full of shit. They all didn't understand this concept. That's mine, not yours. Give it back or compensate. They didn't understand that little simple one-sentence word, that little one simple sentence claim. Really, that's it. It's not mine. It's mine, not yours. Return or compensate. And they're saying, holy shit, now you're for real. Now they see it coming. That's right. Now I'm going to write a nice little letter to the judge. I'm going to write to the judge. Hey, I heard you had a nice little quasi-meeting last week, and I think during your little quasi-hearing, a little quasi-trial, or your little quasi, let's see, what did they have? They call it, they had an adjudicatory hearing last week. You had a little quasi-adjudicatory hearing last week, making little quasi-orders. Well, in your little quasi-hearings and your meetings, your little quasi-get-togethers, well, you had all these little quasi-plans and hopes and dreams. Well, fun is fun, but now return that which is mine, or I'm going to seek compensation. So do as you wish, Linda, who's acting as a quasi-civil administrating tribunal hearing officer, judge, ma'am. Have a nice day. I'm going to write that nice little lovely letter for her, and she's going to get it on Monday. And when I write that nice little lovely letter for her on Monday, I'm going to add her on Monday afternoon as a defendant, as a wrongdoer to my claim, that she wishes to not return that which is mine, and she wishes to be issued a bill as well for compensation. And she can answer to me. And my mom said to me, she said, you know what, the judge isn't laughing no more. The prosecutors aren't laughing. Everybody's being serious. I said, Mom, let the judge disappear. She said, well, let the judge from the case. She said, yeah, I can't stand that judge. The prosecutors. She said, I said, Mom, do you know how I make that happen? She said, no. In my court. In my court, it can't be. I said, just get him to the wrongdoers in my case. If I got across the street, you said, what? I said, they won't be able to hear the matter. They won't be impartial anymore. Now they're being sued by me, right? Okay, if I sue them, can they sit as a hearing officer or as a prosecuting attorney in family court? No. Why? Because they're not impartial anymore. Why do you think I went through 9 judges in Alabama? Because I kept suing them. And every time I sued them, what happened? They had to recuse themselves from the case. Oh, they're going to run out of fucking judges. How many people are going, when they see my paperwork coming through now, see, because the crap I put into Alabama for all those years is because I didn't know how they took my kids. I didn't know. I was guessing. Those lawsuits I made back then were complaints. They weren't claims. I was guessing why those kids were in the state of Alabama's custody. I thought it was because of abuse and neglect. I thought they held a trial in my absentia, but I wasn't there to defend myself, and they said I abused and neglected those kids, or it was domestic violence against the mom. I thought it was something like that. I never dreamed it had something to do with we voluntarily consented to place the children into the foster care division of the state of Alabama. I would have never dreamed that. But that's the very first paragraph they put in their reply brief to the Alabama Supreme Court. That's the very first thing they wrote. None of my wildest dreams that I said, oh, my God, that's what they're coming after me with. Now I can make a claim. Now I know what they've done. They used a safety plan. They used an agreement from another family to convince the world, to convince the court, and me and the mom surrendered them. I get it now. So now it's a lot different. When I'm going after them now I know how to make a claim in 1 or 2 sentences. Now I know how to do it. And now I can put the name. Oh, I saw that a guy who hates me did a YouTube video, and it's like, oh, good. Show me the form I fill out now. Oh, there's an actual form from the clerk's office that says if you'd like to add more defendants, just add their names and, give us another $12, and we'll subpoena them as well. Oh, that's lovely. I'll put the Linda name, the Judge Linda. I'll put her down. James Glick, he's one of the attorneys for the kids. I'll put him down. There's another man for the attorney for another kid. I'll put his down. They're going to have to remove themselves from the family court case. Oh. And then who's going to be the next brave hero who's going to want to be sued by me? Who's the next judge? Who's the next attorney for the kids who's going to say, well, I want to keep his kids away from him. I'm going to help move his kids away from him. I'm going to help the state keep the kids away from him. Well, Mr. Glick, he does all these cases while he's being sued by this guy. Does this guy have any chance of collecting from Mr. Glick? James Glick? I don't know. I've never seen any paperwork like this. Nobody knows what to fucking do with it. He's saying that James Glick's trespassing on his property. James Glick is actually he's actually in collusion and a conspiracy to deny me access to my property. He's actually working in collusion with the other fucking members of this fucking quasi-domestic family court into keeping the property from which is rightfully Karl's from Karl. And Karl's making a claim against them. And, well, what court is called, bringing them to? I don't know, something called the Lentz court. Lentz court? Yeah, Lentz court. What the hell is that? Oh, Karl understands that the sovereign power of the government resides in the people. Karl's using the sovereign power of the government that he has within him. Oh, really? And how's Karl doing that? Well, after the Revolutionary War, we all became kings and queens. We were all equal in the eyes of the law. Oh, Karl knows that? Yeah, Karl knows how to move his own court. Oh, just like any king or queen would know how to do it? Absolutely. Karl's got the skills to do it. How did he figure it out? I don't know. We took everything away from him. He was a desperate man for the last fucking 10 years. He was starving. He figured it out. He'd do whatever was necessary and proper to figure this out to survive. He's got this down. It's going up to the servants. Thank you, Mr. Franklin Johnson, in Alabama Court Judge, United States Supreme Court, Alabama District, United States District Court Judge from Middle Alabama. Thank you, Mr. Frank M. Johnson, for showing me that you got to do whatever you got to do to protect your fellow man. You could step in and take over state government. Yay, I'm not taking over the state government. I'm just going after the man on man. Forget the government. I don't want the government. I'll go after the man on man. It's a lot easier for me to go after the man on man than it is for me to go after a state government. That's the state government. I want to go after the man on man. Are you a man who's acting as a governor? Yeah. Do you have a monster called social services? Yeah. Do you know your social services swallowed up my children and won't spit it out? Well, tell them to spit it out. I want them back. I require. But that is a real court that's recognized here in the Americas. Your quasi-courts, they're not recognized by man. Man can't appear. Quasi-courts, can I? No. You can't summon the man to appear in your court, can you? No. Summon social services to appear in your court. No. I really summons my fellow man into my court. That's right. I can't summon social services. I can't summon the governor. I can't summon the social service director. I can't summon the judge. I can summon my fellow man and a fellow woman. I can summon them to appear in a court created and held by man. I can't summon a pine cone. I can't summon a governor. A governor could be something on top of my carburetor that determines the rate of flow of the air and the fuel mixture going into my engine. I can't summon a ridiculous mechanical device, but I can summon man. I can call a man out and say, hey, man, come here. I got business with you. I can't yell, hey, pine cone, hey, tree, hey, lamppost, come here. Here, social services, come here. Appear in my court. Ridiculous. So nobody's laughing anymore, my mom said. She said she was the very last one to go that day, and she said, man, nobody was joking. Nobody was smiling. Nobody was making fun of my stuff anymore. Nobody's making fun of what I'm doing. She said, hey, they said they were all deadly serious. They just said, we're just going to let it ride. We're just going to leave everything as it is, status quo. We're going to keep the kids into the foster care custody because we need these kids to testify against Frank. And Karl's going to stop that from happening. That's right. If I don't believe that, if they have any proof, they will not testify. It's 50-50 split. And right now it's 50-50. And I am not going to hang an innocent man. I will not do it. So you got to show me that 1% that's going to tip it over the top. You're going to show me that my kid was damaged. She's going to show me, look, Dad, Grandpa ripped his shirt off me. See all the buttons that are off? Oh, okay. Thanks, kid. Got it. Yeah. You see, I took a picture of scratches on Grandpa's face. Yeah, that was from me. Okay. Thanks, kid. Got it. Until then, hey, kid, it's just your word against his. There's nothing I can do. My hands are tied. That's the way this law of this land works. There's nothing I can do. We have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's innocent until proven guilty. You haven't shown me anything that he's guilty of anything yet, so I can't move. And like I said, with you, Jesse, it's just, you're battling a woman to get kissed to your kid, and why you let the cook give you custody in the first place? It's ridiculous. It's like, what the hell am I doing here? Who are you to give me custody of anything? Did you create that kid? No, then who are you to be here to tell me what I got to do? And then you took their orders, and you carried out their orders, and you didn't say, I'm not a part of this. You're imposing your orders upon me. These are imposed orders. Do you think you have some authoritarian position over me? Because that's what authoritarian means. It means imposed orders compared to freedom. That you're free to carry out the orders if you wish. You allowed them to be an authoritarian. You allowed them to look up to them as they were an authority. Oh, so you're an authority on this matter. Oh, so you know who the dad is and you know who the mom is, and you're going to say who gets what. Oh, so you got some sort of authority over this? You got some sort of control? You got some sort of say over this guy in a black robe? You got a vested interest in this? Did you create that little bundle of joy? Did you pay for it? Did you labor over it? Did you put one dime into this kid? No. And who the fuck are you to sit there and judge it? Well, the power of the state. The power of what state? You have one of the people of the state here that's going to swear in open court that they gave you that power? Well, no. Well, then how do I know what you're saying is true? Oh, well, yeah. Well, what? Well, how did I get this black robe? I don't know how the fuck you got that black robe. I know in Alabama, I'd see them fucking call an attorney walking down the hallway and say, hey, we're a little short on our fucking judges today. And the fucking attorney say, oh, no, I don't want to play judge today. Well, we need you. And the guy would fucking, I remember a black attorney was walking down the hallway and they said, we need you to sit in as a judge. And they called the attorney right out of the hallway. He walked in the fucking courtroom, put on a black robe and stood up behind the judge's chair. I said, oh, my God, this is ridiculous. That's not even a judge. That's just some attorney that was walking down the hall and he said, hey, we need you to sit in as a judge. That was the guy who said to me and to my wife that we can never see the child ever again in February of 2002. He said, well, it's the order of this court that you to never have contact with that child ever again, you or your wife. Ever again, just because some lawyer guy was walking down a freaking hallway and said, hey, we need you to make a ruling for us. And I said, what the hell is going on here? They were calling me the courtroom, and this guy's wearing a black robe. He's saying to me, my wife can never have contact with that child ever again. It's the order of the court. What the fuck, dude? I heard them asking in the hallway, we need somebody to sit here as a judge. He wasn't a fucking judge. He was just a guy walking down the hallway. He was an attorney. He's like, oh, my God, I don't want to play fucking attorney. Judge today, I got shit to do. He said, it ain't going to take long. We just need you to sit here and be a judge. He's like, oh, my God. Next thing I know, he's the fucking judge in my case, in my wife's case. It's like, oh, this is too fucking ridiculous.